Patrons!
Hey!
How are you doing, guys? New one. New patron.
I've had enough
New patron.
New patron.
Oh, shit.
Yes. I will tell you in a second.
Wow, that's how much we care about you.
We love you guys. We love you.
I want to say Tyler, but I know it's not Tyler because Tyler is already a patron. Or a Tyler is already a patron.
There's more than
I
one
don't
Tyler
remember a
that
Tyler
exists.
being a patron.
Yeah, Tyler's patron.
They're building
Which one's
up.
he?
You know, there's got thousands now, so who cares?
Or she. It. Them. Other.
Oh,
Azamkb.
Azamkb.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hang
Azamkb.
on a second.
Uh-oh. Do you know that person?
I wonder if I do.
Oh, do you?
Oh, here we go.
Aaron.
Aaron!
Yeah, Aaron.
Aaron, you motherfucker!
Aaron McBurney.
Yeah!
Oh, is it?
Do you know them?
Yeah.
Aaron
Tell
McBurney.
their deepest, darkest
Oh.
stories to us.
He's the other friend.
You have more than one?
He'd understand
Pardon?
that. He'd understand that. Only he'll understand that.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
No, I know him from school. He's a friend from school.
You know, professionally, you're not meant to have relationships with our patrons.
Well, we've been in a relationship for 7 years now. We're getting married next month.
Brian, I want those photos back. Apparently we're not allowed those.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Aaron,
Why are you giving up your money for this, man? Come on.
you can hear him talk. Oh, you can't talk bad about Aaron anymore now.
Oh,
shit.
those episodes where you're bad-mouthing Aaron.
He can see all of them.
Fuck. Oh, I better delete it quick.
He can go back to him.
No, we'll delete
while I
those.
remember,
Yeah,
patrons, this is your free. When do you break up?
2 weeks' time.
2 weeks'
We've got
time.
2 more weeks.
This is your 3-week calling to get questions in for our yearly AMA.
Oh, yes. Oh, shit, there's more of you now.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, and Aaron's
Yeah.
on there. Oh. Do you remember that time you bagged that bird?
Look,
Did
I
you
got really
really
drunk
put
last
your...
night. You
yeah, I
got
did.
so
Yeah. I play things pretty close to the chest. So.
We got really drunk last time for the AMA, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we do
I'm
it.
not trying to get this. You won't be able to get picked up or anything, will you?
Huh?
Will you be able to get picked up for it? Probably not.
It's not
No.
meaning sexually.
No, I'm trying to think, as in, if I could get,
You
How
want to
many
get
if I
drunk?
could drink
yeah.
with it as well.
I don't know. I could arrange something.
Do you reckon you can
I'll
sort something
ask
out?
Sarah to give you a lift.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, 3-week warning, guys. I'll warn you weeks leading up to it. But the AMA, for those who don't know, we do it yearly, and you probably know
Done
this.
it once.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
say-
Still yearly. We don't know
That
once a
is
year.
true, yeah.
Basically, ask us anything.
Yeah.
If you, the best place to probably do it is to send me it on Discord. Send me questions on Discord. No limit to how many questions you send me, but obviously, if I get a plethora of questions, then I will sort out a neat banquet of order.
Banquet.
I will sort out. I'll narrow it down to like 4 or 5 per person, but it's about an hour show where we get
Answer
drunk
your questions.
and we answer your questions. You can ask us anything. Literally ask us anything.
Yeah.
It only goes on Patreon. It doesn't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Dan and I are both teachers.
you
None of
guys.
that stuff goes anywhere else. It literally goes just
Yeah.
on Patreon, and we ask obviously that you don't share it anywhere else or anything like that because we'll probably say stuff there that could get us in trouble. But
More than likely.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna put it on memory cards and just throw them over school fences, so that every school gets
Yeah, I
direct.
can't find our D&D thing. I got lost on it. I was so hoping you had it.
Well, I do.
Do you?
It's on one of my
you listen
laptops.
to it.
Oh, can you get it
Yeah.
from the laptop?
If
like
I
it?
can
'Cause
get
I wanna send
one of my
Brian
laptops
it.
to work, yeah, it's good.
I want to send Brian it.
Yeah. Text me tomorrow and I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. See if I get one of my laptops to actually boot up.
So yeah, hopefully
dying.
Tom's nothing like he was on our D&D session. But yeah, that's the AMA, guys. So get your questions in. Get your questions in.
Get them in.
Ah,
them in.
Folly. Dan is jumping on the bandwagon of Tappen.
I thought it was Teppen.
Teppen.
It's Teppen.
Teppen.
And
Holy
jumping
shit.
on the bandwagon means I literally just downloaded it on the phone before the show.
And he won't shut up about it.
I'll give you a word of
So-
warning. Chun-Li, broken.
Yeah, I can imagine
She's
that.
broken. I honestly think she's broken. Insane. But yeah, if anyone's interested, Capcom released a new CCG. It's very good. How's it been going, guys? How's the week been?
Long, hot.
Tried to burn down a school.
Yeah, my school was on fire today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan's an arsonist.
Well, I
He's
want
an
to be.
arse.
Anist.
Yes, Ernest, yeah. In lighter news,
Yeah.
I saw Spider-Man Far From Home. Midnight screening, baby. That's right. I went there midnight. And
Good for you. I really wanted to, but I'm working. Someone's just fucking
I
have
worked
to.
as well, and it was
Like
horrendous.
You lazy.
Was it? You don't have a real job though, do you?
You're right. I only work all throughout the entire year.
Yeah, you only
That
do
doesn't mean it's a
you
real
only, you only
job.
work 4.5 days. You have
Oh,
half
yeah, I
day
do
Friday.
work
Yeah,
4.5
you don't even do.
days.
Yeah.
You only do
But
5
then-
days a
but
I
week.
do a full 5-day week.
They're 9.5 hour days. So
It's nothing.
I start at 6, end at 6, and mine's 12.
you don't do much work, do you?
I start 1 in the
I do
afternoon.
shit
I
loads
finish
of
at
work.
5
You
in the
sit there and
afternoon.
you tell kids to not be dicks, basically, for a whole day.
You haven't seen me teach. I tell dicks.
No,
I tell dicks to
I'm
be
always telling dicks. Let
I'm
me tell
always
you.
talking to God.
So Spider-Man's good.
Yeah,
Is it
is
good?
it worth seeing them?
It's good.
Is that a yes?
Yeah. Mysterio, you know Mysterio.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking good.
Do you remember I've been calling for Mysterio in a movie for years?
You'll be pleased. That's what I'll tell you. You'll be very pleased with Mysterio.
He is my favourite Spider-Man villain.
I've always been
Really?
worried, to be honest.
Really? What, of Mysterio?
Of them doing it in a movie.
I could see that, not
Because
going
he
well.
is such a great character. He's got real depth. And
This feels like a perfect MCU Mysterio.
I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'll say that.
Nice.
Right, so without spoiling, are we going to see him again? But does it leave it open to be able to see him again?
Can't say.
You don't know. I'm going to punch you in the cock.
That's the best. Honestly,
Until
that
you
is,
tell me.
Does
that
Batman
is the best.
appear?
Batman? Yes, Batman's in it. He kicks Mysterio's ass and saves the day, and Spider-Man's
Nice.
just knocked out 3 times.
Cool.
Do you want to hear?
Are the turtles in it?
The Turtles aren't in it.
Ah.
They hint Leonardo, but he's not in it. You don't
Because
actually see it.
Donatello turns up and everyone's just like, because no one wants Donny, do they?
But it's honestly, I would say definitely go see it. It's good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys want to go see it next week sometime, just let me know.
Hey, I'd love to.
I'm waiting for the. It says this summer. It's going to be very soon. The cinema opening up in town.
It's 12th
Yeah.
of July.
Oh, is that 12th
I
July?
believe so. Yeah.
There you go.
Ooh.
So
a week
after
today.
next. Is
So
it today?
hopefully, if we get one of these done early, we could pop to the cinema afterwards.
Mhm.
Next.
Yeah.
Technically, we could have always done that. It's not like it's getting moved from like
Oh,
Next-
no, that is actually fucking
to
true.
Eastbourne. It's not the crumbles, not that far away.
Yeah. I mean, next week we could go next week, but you're still working. Not
on a Friday night.
Yeah,
Not-
Can you not go one evening just to go see a film?
I can't, no, because
No.
I get back at 6 and I've still got to do all the lesson plans and marking and
Oh,
that lot.
right.
So I usually finish about 10.
he's a real teacher.
And
What
then
about you?
it's not like PE
I'm not.
in
PE,
a private
well.
school.
Those who
Yeah.
can't teach PE.
Right.
And
You get
they-
paid, and
those
get
who-
paid the same wages as the people
Exactly.
who can teach. Like so.
No, I think you get paid a lot more, don't you? Because you're at
I think so.
private.
Yeah.
That's
And he's on
important.
Do you
holiday.
want to hear?
Oh.
And he gets fed.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't care about the
I
money
hate this
difference.
Do you want to hear how
All
funny this is?
Go on.
So,
Probably not.
you know, there's been. Well, it's not funny that there's been redundancies, but there's been some redundancies at the school.
You know what?
Um,
Redundancies
you're
crack
such
me
a
up.
cock.
Well, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
This sums me up being the worst human being ever. In case you didn't know that.
We already know.
But last day there was a couple of people who'd been made redundant who were just dickheads. Like they got made redundant because they're shit, basically.
good
but
shit, good shit.
the school can't say to them, "You're shit." They're like, "Oh, we're
Yeah.
restructuring and all that," but everyone knows they're shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there moaning, "Oh, the school's going down." I was like, "Actually, I got a $4,000 a year pay increase, and I got a new job actually." And they were like,
Your job.
"They're like, what? What are the redundancies?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, but I just got a £4,000 a day increase. Maybe your redundancies helped me get a promotion."
You are a motherfucker.
I hate the woman. I hate her.
Oh
is
my
it-
god,
is
is
it
that
that
the one
woman?
you've been
Yeah.
arguing with?
Yeah.
Has she
Woman.
gone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Walked off.
I'm really
Cheerio, cheerio, cheerio. Cheerio, cheerio. Chairs went over and everything. It's brilliant. No, but yeah, I saw Sarah was like, "Why?" She was like, "Why do you want her up?" I was like, "She lives in Hastings. I'm not Sarah Gam."
Fuck her, mate. Fuck her.
Yeah, toilet.
Oh, it's alright. We're doing the podcast.
Well,
we
we're
have done a comic podcast just before
yes,
this.
yeah. So you guys have seen the comic podcast, which we probably got soon before actually, because comic podcast will go up probably tomorrow morning because it's really super easy to edit.
Yeah.
So that was recorded before this. So yeah, once Tom's back, we can jump into the actual podcast.
Yeah.
But your week's been alright. I know it's been busy. You're still at school.
It's been busy, still at school, and you know how end of term goes. It's always just that little bit crazier.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's busy, but it shouldn't be busy. I always
Yeah.
find like it shouldn't be busy because everyone's packing up for the summer.
The kids are done,
But-
they don't want to be there. They've logged out. You're not teaching anything now.
No.
You're literally just controlling the little fuckers. Feeding it. Last day I can't wait for. Because on the last day, What a lot of people don't know, last day in schools, what the teachers do, because usually we get to send them home a little bit earlier. So we have parties, right? And a lot of people think, oh, that's really nice, you're doing something for the kids. What we're doing is we're pumping them with so much fucking sugar that by the time we give them back to the parents, these fuckers are off the wall.
Yep.
Crazy. They are going to puke, they're going to fight, they're going to shit on the floor, just so the parents can have a tiny little taste of what it's been like for us for the past thing. And we're like, there you go. And we make sure they're not going to sleep. Those kids aren't going to sleep. We'll tell them horror stories. We'll do all sorts of shit to fuck up their minds. So that because it's like, you know what, there you go, parents. That's what we've dealt with.
Pictures of Jimmy Savile.
Yeah. Momo.
Do you know who this guy is?
We do Momo videos.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's what we do last day of term.
Yeah.
And I'm being made IT coordinator at school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, not bad.
Good job.
That's a pay rise.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice. I'm not actually doing the IT next year.
Are you not?
No, they're just getting rid of IT on the curriculum
That's mental.
because no one wanted to do it. The kids, year 7s and 8s wanted to do it, but the older ones were like they'd done this big questionnaire because they're reshaping the curriculum.
Yeah.
And like tick what we wanted to do, and they all ticked like Latin
Why?
because they're private school kids, aren't they?
Private school kids.
The
All their
parents,
parents would have said
be
you
like,
must do Latin.
do Latin.
If they're going to Cambridge or want to go to Oxford, or if they're being paid
Yeah.
to go into, you need to have Latin.
Love me a dead language.
So
Well,
yeah,
Boris
but
Johnson uses it.
I don't mind. I got moved. I got a pay increase to be. I'm now outdoor education director of outdoor education.
PE teacher.
I was like, no, I don't.
No, he
I
does,
teach 2 lessons of PE. That's
He
it.
does.
Oh.
That's all your.
I literally take-
Duke of Edinburgh, your any forest school stuff, I
okay.
suppose.
And I
or
take
anything like
the
that.
little kids up
Cross-country
to the
dump
beachy head
and push them off.
and push them off. Yep. All right. Let's time how long it takes little Susie to get hit the bottom, girls. Go. Okay, what was the force?
That's
Isn't
becoming
that science
science,
coordinator?
You know, cross-curricular learning. I'm good at that shit. But should we jump into the podcast?
On that note,
Let's go to the podcast.
see you later, patrons. I say see you later.
I'm gonna wait for that to go.
Smash something.
Would you be
Oh,
angry
dude.
if it hit something valuable?
Yes.
Would you be
See some of my new painting. I've been painting miniatures.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, the kill team.
Yeah.
Kill teams? Is it kill team?
Kill teams, but let me see if
Kill
I've
Team
got
6.
I don't know what kill team 6 is.
It's a pun on SEAL
That's
Team
a really
6.
I've got shitty
They're
photos.
the team of SEAL
It's cool though.
people
Go down
that
his
killed
back with the
Osama bin
blood.
And
Laden.
these are kill team ones.
No, this is a hell brute.
Go
Oh,
on,
nice.
go
I've been
on.
painting. I forgot about. There you go. That's a better photo.
Oh, nice.
Man,
Ripping it through. There you
Okay,
go.
there we go. Very good.
I need to
I like
finish
the
painting
detail.
myself. If you need any paints and colours, just help yourself.
Games Workshop sent me a load of free ones. Look at the back.
Oh, nice.
The spine's popping out through the skin that's stretched over.
That's very nice.
Yeah, fucking sick.
Jump into it.
Yeah, sorry, I got sort of getting a GIF. I apologise.
What's up, and welcome to the Indie Credible Podcast, Season 2, Episode 20, a weekly podcast. We get together and chat about the world of indie gaming. We go through all the indie games we've been playing, we go through the latest indie game news, and we cover our main topic. This week's main topic, a little bit more curveball, a little bit different, because there's not tons kind of going on in the world of indie gaming at the moment. We're going to talk about indie games we would like to see as movies. Indie games we want to see some director come out and go, oh, that's a cool idea, let's turn it into a movie. This idea came from the fact that I remembered that, or I saw again the other day, that Firewatch is getting a movie. I completely forgot that was even a thing.
Yeah.
Firewatch is getting a movie. Minecraft's getting a movie. Yeah. 4K. The big point on that. So that's what our topic is at the end. It's a bit of a silly topic at the end, but we'd love you to stick around and hear us chat about that. But more importantly, we'll go through, like I said, what we've been playing and the latest indie game news. As always, I haven't changed my name again. I'm still Lewis. You can find me at What's Up Woody. With me, as always, is Tom from at Shriek and Profit.
Hello.
Or if you want to find Dan anywhere, you can find him by typing in the Dice Bear on any platform going, and the Dice Bear just pops up.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like one of those 80s horror movies. Once he's there, you never unsee him.
It
You're
does
lying in
come
bed.
with a sound build before it, but then there's a quick stab, and you're there. That's it.
Yeah.
That'll really wreck the mic.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was.
That's right.
It wrecked my ears.
I'll throw a limiter on it.
Yeah,
Anyway, so
limit
it's
that
fine. But yes, as always, you can get extra content if you really want to on Patreon, guys. Patreon.com/IndieCredible. You can get exclusive pre and post show content where, I'll be honest, there's no context to it. We chat about anything. Literally anything. So don't go there thinking, oh, I want to hear them talk about more indie games. That might be. I mean, maybe 5% of the time we talk about indie games. We talk about Steve.
Yeah, we do talk about Steve.
We talk about school. We talk about nonsense.
Everything.
Absolutely everything. So if you want $1 a month over on patreon.com/incredible, links in the description. You can get that there.
Also, quick bonus for anyone who's on at the moment. If you sign up to Patreon right now, you get a chance to join in with our yearly AMA, where you get to ask us anything.
Yes.
But that is only open to our patrons, and only our patrons will ever see the video.
Yeah, doesn't go anywhere else. And our new... our new Indie Credible Comics is also available now to patrons as of watching this. It's available to everyone else a week later. But enough of the formalities, enough of that jazz out the way. Indie games, gents. We didn't have a podcast last week because I broke up from school.
That's right.
I had a few sherbets, pissed some people off, had a wonderful time.
Lovely.
It was brilliant. Staggered home. I loved it.
Talking of language there, shouldn't we be talking about our brand new
new
special
merch?
offer
Of course.
merch?
Yes,
Yeah.
we have new merch, people. New merch is up on Teespring now. It's available for 28 days, and then it will go. It will come back again at some point, but it will be a little while. Queep. Our Queep t-shirts are
What are you
available.
swearing?
Whoa.
Easy.
What's your language?
Anyone who regularly watches or listens to us will know Queep is a way we cover up foul languages, because YouTube don't have a clue that Queep is a swear word. So we say Queep
I'm
instead.
creeping stupid, eh, guys?
I know, aren't they just?
Yeah.
So if you want to get your hand on I think quite a sexy 80s looking Queep t-shirt.
I mean, I was fully erect. So, I mean...
Queeping erect?
Would erect count as something needed for queep?
No, I was saying
I
queeping
will
erect.
say I was fully...
Do you need to describe it as queeping?
I can say I was...
I'm trying to emphasise the merchandise.
Oh, okay, queep.
I was fully queeped.
There you
It's
go.
fully
about that?
queeped.
And you can be too for just £18 for a t-shirt, guys, or
I had a real queep on it.
33 quid for a hoodie. So link again is in the description if you want to go get that done. So once with that, that's it.
Yeah.
T-shirts
Now
done,
now onto the
Patreon done,
stuff.
intro's done, handles done, Tom done, Tom queeped.
I just fade away.
Indie games. Indie games. Who wants to kick us off with what we've been playing?
I will.
Oh, wow. How dominant.
Me.
Yes.
I like the authority.
Do you?
It's the first time we ever stood
Shut
up
the
for
queep
yourself.
up.
First time we ever
Back
stood
the
up for
queep
yourself.
up.
Go on, man. Fire away.
Not much.
Oh, brilliant.
You've not
That
played
was
anything?
really
No,
thrilling.
I finished Rhyme.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Rhyme's pretty good.
Yeah, I quite
It's not
enjoyed that.
amazing. It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Like, there's some really nice imagery in there, and
I thought I got shat on too hard, I'll be honest.
probably, yeah. It wasn't. I didn't think it was horrible at all. I thought it was pretty good, is what I would say. It's really nice to look at. The controls can be a bit iffy sometimes. I said this last time, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think the main problem is what's wrong?
A pen.
Alright.
Notes.
He needs things to tap. and
I
bounce.
didn't feel like it hooked me ever. Is the only problem. The major problem I have with it. Like I came back to play it because I wanted to finish it, just so I could say I finished it.
Do you think
basically.
that's because the themes and things it deals with are ones we've had before? Because when I played it, I was like, I'm enjoying this. It's quite nice, but there's nothing new here.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I
I've done
suppose.
this. I've seen it, and because we play a lot of indie games, it would
Yeah.
be quite recently, and
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah.
but there was nothing wrong with it.
To
I
be honest,
enjoyed it.
it wasn't really till I got to the end that I understood the themes, because
Okay.
it lays them out for you there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense actually. Like, once I played it, I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't know.
I think the game.
It's above average.
I think the game
Yes,
was
it's how I
was its
describe
own
it.
worst enemy with its
How do you feel?
press
Well,
in
I-
terms of
How
before
they
it came out.
advertised
It was like, look at this game, look at this game, look at this
Right,
game,
right.
look, and like constantly in front. And then you got the trailer with the boy wakes up on the beach, and everyone was like, oh my god, it looks stunning.
Yeah.
And then they kind of done this like nice little animated trailer with it as well, and they really sold it. And people dived into it thinking, oh my god, this game's going to be stunning, and it was stunning.
Yeah.
But then I think they wanted, like I said, they almost brought too much attention to the game. It's what I hear is happening at the moment. I've not played it, but Sea of Solitude that released today, the next EA Origins one.
Yeah.
All the people I respect, shall we say, as in not IGN, not GameSpot, but YouTubers who I like and I follow, who have done their reviews and put the stuff out on it, are all saying that the game is absolutely okay. It's fine, but they wanted so much more because the trailer's like, it deals with depression, it deals with inner loneliness, it deals with this, it deals with that, and it's like,
Yeah.
it kind of touches on it, but it doesn't really delve into it.
Yeah.
So do you feel like I feel like that's the same with Rhyme because it got really slated when it launched.
Yeah, it's definitely not deserving of a bad review. It's not a bad game at all.
No, I've never finished it.
Really?
Have you not?
I played like 4 hours
It's
of
worth
it.
finishing.
Yeah.
But 4 or 5 hours.
4 hours. You must be
I
near
think
the
you'd
end.
really enjoy it.
I think I am near the end.
I think you'd enjoy the end as well. I think
Because I
enjoy
wasn't
the story.
reviewing it, and it was one of those. The thing with games is I either have to be super invested in the game to finish it,
Yeah.
or reviewing it. Because otherwise, I
Right.
play a game and then a review will come in, and I'm like, I need to do this now, and
Yeah.
I'll never go back to it.
I see. I sort of changed my way of doing that now because it's obviously because we do the podcast. If I'm playing an indie game, right? If I start an indie game, I feel like I have to finish it, unless it's fucking dreadful, queeping dreadful.
I hope they call
Unless
that
it's
camera.
yeah,
Yeah.
unless it's queeping dreadful, then I will not. Then I will finish it. I think
Okay.
it's best to finish it.
That is. Oh, that's just
and
good.
that's what I did. But like I say, the game itself was never at any point. I wasn't like, God, I really want to get back on Rhyme.
A lot of people should have it because it was free on PlayStation
Yeah.
Yes.
and it was free on Epic.
Epic Express. But I play it on
And
PC.
I'm pretty sure it's on Game Pass.
Oh, if you can play it on console, I'd play it on
It
console.
might be.
Pretty sure it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, probably.
Because that's one of the things is it does a lot of like camera angle stuff, kind of Uncharted, like big sweeping, camera
sweeping
moves.
movements across.
And on keyboard and mouse, obviously, you don't have like an analog stick where you can go in any direction. So I'm going, I'm like W A to go diagonal, and it looks really dumb because he's like on the screen. I'm like, you had a controller, it would look fine. I think this was
You don't have an Xbox, do you?
No. I mean, I have PlayStation, but I never got it when it was free. So
You know you can plug your PlayStation controller into your PC.
I do know that, but I'm not a quitter. So yeah, I would do that anyway. Keyboard and mouse,
I'm not a
usually
quitter.
superior.
Um,
In that case, not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else to play, buddy? Just Rhyme.
I mean, it's another case of probably, but it's been 2 weeks, and I don't remember things past 2 days.
Fair dues.
So
Fair dues.
Who knows? Maybe.
Dan, do you want to go next or shall I go next?
Yeah, I'll go. I've been playing Golf Story
Oh, on the Switch.
on the Switch. Golf Story came out on the
Story.
Switch, and I've been sitting there playing it. And you know what? Because I haven't had a lot of time, it's been incredibly busy.
It was on sale recently, wasn't it?
I don't know. I just went on and I was like, you know what? I need something different to play.
I've heard very good things
on
about
it.
it.
I'm really enjoying it. The golf in it is classic simplistic. You press it to start the gauge up, you hit it when it's at the top, and then you've got to get between the two bars.
Yeah.
But it's a story-based one, so you're walking around. It's kind of like Pokemon, except you're not catching them all. And the story's just—it's silly, it's fun.
Is it like an RPG? I heard someone said it's like a.
Yeah, you're leveling up, and you're going
Yeah.
to build your clubs to have different bits to go through. And
Do you have a weapon like a as a club? Is like do you?
No.
Is there any combat?
There's no combat. Is
No.
there?
Oh,
It's golf.
No, there's just golf.
Golf in place of combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or there's golf frisbee, where you've got to use a
Frisbee
frisbee
golf.
Yeah, frisbee golf is a thing in America.
which is
Yeah.
Love
freaking,
it.
which is hilarious as well. Because I was like, "Pardon what?" Because I hadn't heard of that.
Ah,
I had no idea.
yeah.
And it's like, "Yeah, we don't talk to those guys. They're frisbee golfers."
They actually.
And you're like,
That's what.
fuck?
That's
Oh,
what the community's
divide.
like.
Yeah,
They
hate each other.
Why?
Yeah, because golf frisbee basically applied for a like a sporting badge basically to say they're legitimate.
Yeah.
And because they got it, golf clubs have to let them go on there. So they can't give them if it's a members only club, they can't go on there. But general golf clubs have to let them on because they're now classed as a golfing sport. So there's genuine like golf frisbee. Like people are trying to play golf, and these people just throwing frisbee. Because golf football is a thing over here now.
Yeah.
But that is actual. You have courses for golf football. And it's good fun.
On that conflict, whose side are you on?
Oh, golf! I did golf.
Golf.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm on golf as well.
Golf
just from
frisbee.
hearing that, that's so unfair. That's
Yeah.
just not fair at all.
It's
Golf,
ridiculous.
anyone out there who plays golf frisbee can queep off alright. Bunch of queepers, you know. I hate
But it's really enjoyable. The story's quite funny. The characters are nicely done.
Yeah.
The music's shit. I've turned the music off really quickly. It
That's a
is
shame.
queeping awful.
Yeah.
It is. So but you turn that down, you sit and you play, and that's.
Do you not put
Nice.
your own music on? I do that. If a game's got terrible music,
I'm not
I put my
allowed
music on.
to. I'm not allowed to.
Excuse me.
So a lot of time I'm playing this is during my lunch break.
Oh, of course you're at work.
So if I
Yeah.
put on like Queeping Hostile by Pantera,
Yeah.
or Dead Skin Mask,
Yeah.
or anything like that, some old school Slayer as I would be playing to. Let's just say some of the other members of staff wouldn't look at it too friendly.
You might see their satanic
Bunch
side.
of
They might just come
swears.
out and just be like,
Yeah.
It's
No,
what it
and-
sounded like.
You know what's quite
Susie
funny?
from accounting. I didn't expect that. It's
Yeah.
like,
You know when you go into work and people are like, oh yeah, what music do you listen to? And of course I don't have long hair anymore and I don't look like that at all. And then and everyone goes, oh, I'll play a song, and someone puts on Rick Astley and someone else puts on Michael Bublé. And they're like, what are you going to play? And you're like, okay, I need to play something that is a little bit more gentle to get them into it. So, you know, I put on some Lamb of God and their faces as you play, like redneck, that. You're like, I'm playing you the easy stuff here, right? I could have gone harder.
Yeah.
I didn't. I kept it nice for you. But because of that fate, here's some Napalm Death. Fucking enjoy. Creeping enjoy, sorry.
God, come on.
Yeah, so they all look at me funny. But no, I really like it, and I am looking forward to the fact that I'm about to go on holiday.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sit and seriously play me some Golf Story.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good
Excellent.
stuff.
Other than that, it's just your usual bits.
Cool.
Does
Jumping
Portal
on.
count as an indie game?
Just depends
Portal?
if it's independent. Oh, Portal?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Well,
It's Valve.
How's the flavour of an indie game? Because it was in the Narbacular drop originally.
I'll give you it.
It was made by students.
It's like
and then Valve picked up the
yeah.
it has the
team.
quirkiness of an
Yeah,
indie
they
game.
picked up the team
But
to make
it's
Portal.
Valve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Um,
I'm just being.
I
a
love
dick.
that game though.
Yeah,
It is one of my favourite games.
I play Portal because
My list-
the Steam.
I love
summer
Portal
sale
2
was
as well,
on, and
but I can't play
Portal's
that.
one of my favourite games of all time. Why can't you play it?
it's your brother.
Have you ever played it with my brother?
Just play single player, man.
No, you got to play multiplayer on Portal
Multiplayer
2.
is good, but I like the single player. I really like
But
it.
don't ever play it with my little brother.
I will not.
What a dick.
Is he just troll all the time?
Yeah, but we troll each other, so I mean, it's
Okay.
all right. But there is a point where you're like, no, I'm done now. I want to finish
Yeah,
this.
it
level."
depends on mood.
And
I'm
he
in,
does.
how much
He
I
does the
play
whole.
that game.
Okay, yeah, I get you, Dan. It's all right. We'll do this. I'll just do that, and he talks it through, and you really fall for it because you're like, yeah. And then you're halfway through, and then poof, your portal goes you down. You're like, you arsehole. No, him goes. You're like, I hate you. This time, Tom. This time. And then I'm dead. You're like, fine, right, okay, this time, and then I'll kill him.
Yeah.
And then he phones my mum. That last bit doesn't happen, but I love the idea that my mum would still get involved. Speaking of that, Crash Team Racing.
You haven't
she
played that,
just-
have you?
I've been playing Crash Team Racing. I'm waiting for my mum to jump on board, and then we're going to stream that.
Oh wow!
Nice. Family stream.
Family stream.
Hell yeah!
Nice. My list seems big, but I'm grazing over like 3 of them.
It's quite big.
So, like for example, Outer Wilds. I put it on here because I was planning to play it this week. I played like 45 minutes of it, and I had to stop playing, not because of the game, because I had to go do something else. It's what it appears to be so far a No Man's Sky with a story.
Yeah.
You kind of jump on this planet, and it's like very pretty at first. You kind of run around. You meet this weird bear creature dude, and he's like, "Oh yeah, go get me some of this resource stuff." And at first, I was like, "Oh, it's going to be just grab this and grab this and grab." But it ends up actually opening up quite nicely. And what it does at No Man's Sky sold itself by being fucking massive. By like,
yeah.
you will never be able to visit the whole universe. This is more like, oh, actually, jumping my ship, flying up to this planet only takes 2 minutes, and there's 7, maybe 8 planets, so it's achievable. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely want to play more of it.
Jumping around the solar system rather than the universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, I definitely want to play more of it. It's on Game Pass. I'm already saying now, definitely check it out. Like, I want to play more of it. The only reason I haven't is because I've started reviewing a game, and I was like, I need to put this aside for now while I review a game. Also, because that game's fucking painfully hard. Not bad, just hard. But that's all I can say on the game, actually. Ori and the Blind Forest. I started playing that
Are you
again.
playing that?
Okay.
Yeah, well, because I want to play Will of the Wisps massively, but I was like, what the hell happened in Ori and the Blind Forest? I played it when it first launched. I haven't got a clue what happened in it.
I haven't played it. So
I got bored.
It's
That's
on
what
Game
happened.
Pass.
really?
Yeah, I'm 2 hours in. I mean, I love that kind of game. It's harder than it's harder than I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you get further into it, I was like, I forgot this game was quite hard. Not like brutally challenging, but it definitely is more of a challenge than I expected. And yeah, I mean, 2 hours in, I'm enjoying it. It's very cute. If you never play, I think you'll enjoy it actually.
Yeah. It looks nice. I've known about it for
It
ages.
is stunning to look at.
Yeah.
I can see why people
It's
get
on
bored
the
of it.
PC one, isn't it?
It's on
You
PC
have
Game
to
Pass,
do
yeah. That's why I'm playing it on
Game
PC
Pass.
Game Pass. But yeah, Ori and the Blind Forest. If you haven't played it, I definitely recommend go give it a go. If you don't like it, then stop playing. But yeah, that's my advice.
If
That's
you don't like it,
amazing
why are you still
advice.
playing it? What is your
Yeah,
issue?
but no, I think it's definitely well received across the board, isn't it? I can understand why
I
people
mean,
don't
it's a
like it.
sequel, so
Yeah. Well, you said that sequel. It's probably the sequel, or it's probably the game releasing next year for Xbox that I'd say at least half the Xbox community are most excited for.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, considering what Xbox are releasing,
Yeah,
there's
people
not a
are
lot
so-
that people are like, oh yeah, I really need my Xbox for
I
that.
think that Ori with the Wisps
Yeah.
got a bigger spot on Xbox at E3 than Halo or Gears of War. Like, it got a massive spot. So,
It's kind of amazing, really.
oh, it's great. It's
Yeah.
great because it is an
I don't know
independent
who
company.
makes Ori. I don't even know.
I should know, but I don't.
No, I don't
You
remember.
mother queeper.
I know. It's a
You're
Microsoft
playing
company.
it.
I know.
You're gonna get your head stuck in that now, aren't you?
Then we're going to go to Valfaris. There is there's a what is video up now for Valfaris.
Yeah.
This I managed to get the new demo,
yes.
which is a bit longer. This is the sci-fi heavy metal shooter, platform shooter. I loved it. I loved the demo. You can hear me in the demo being like, "This is so cool." The music is brilliant. Like, it has all the slaying stuff. So when you kill a boss, he just stops for a moment, puts his hands in the air, and just head bangs for a little bit, and then he finds a new weapon. All the weapons are called like Hellmutt, Hellhound, Hell Teeth. Like, it just
Hell.
the
Hell is the thing.
the game knows what it wants to do, and it overly leans into that, which makes it better. It's exactly that.
It's like what used to make Doom and things like that.
Yeah.
Great. They knew what it was, and they were like, "No, we're going to do more of this. Why would we do less?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this has done the same thing. I can't play it, unfortunately, because
Why?
it's so damn hard. I still can't beat Slane. I still can't beat
I
Slane.
will say the demo.
And I love Slane, but I also hate Slane because I just can't beat it.
The demo for Valfaris, it does get. I finished it. I didn't finish it on the video because it gets very hard at the end. But the first half an hour, 25 minutes isn't too bad.
Okay.
You can get
I
through
might
it.
play 25 minutes.
But it does that. It does what
Valfaris.
it does what Slane does, where the challenge comes through simple mechanics. So there's like one enemy coming, but there's two enemies coming. One you have to parry to knock their bullet back to them to protect their shield down, and then the other one you have to hit. But just the timing of getting that right makes it a challenge. It's like it's super serious. It's not like there's a wave of like tons of enemies on you. It's just all about timing.
It goes back
It's
to
my
the
worst
purest
thing.
old school gaming, which
Yeah.
was always about. It's not that there are a lot of monsters on the screen.
Yeah.
It's about you need to be pixel perfect to do this. And to be honest, I'm too old for this
Yeah.
shit.
That's just not who I am,
Fair
to be
dues.
honest. Yeah.
Fair dues. Then I'm going to go on to 1980X. Now,
Oh, yeah.
I was
Well,
going to
you've
speak
been
about this
playing
last
this for a long
week.
time,
I was going to speak this last week because I'd finished it.
Right.
But obviously we didn't have a podcast last week.
Oh, okay.
So 1980X, I jumped on it very quickly a couple of weeks back. I finally finished it. I have very mixed feelings about the game. I won't go into it too much because I know Folly's very, very excited by the game. As a game, fecking brilliant what they offer.
Okay.
Just the way they do the story, brilliant. The music is unbelievably good.
Right.
The games are cool. There's like 6, 7 different old school games you go to. One you will know. I had no idea what it was. I don't know tons of old games.
Is it Pac-Man?
No, it's the there's a blue hex grid dungeon that you're walking through, and you have to kind of walk through. And you come to enemies. It's like slash, beam, hack, and heal. It's like an old dungeon crawler, literal dungeon crawler.
Was it
Okay.
text-based?
No, like the walls are like vector grids.
It's like wireframe.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
No, I'd have to see it.
But there's Outrun, there's Shinobi, there's loads of games on there, and they all feeding nicely with the. For example, the whole Outrun comes and the main guy sees he's like a high school kid who's very much like the guy from Ready Player One from the book. Very much like, I'm not suited for this place, and I found this arcade and it changed my life and and he basically sees this hot girl. She drives off in a car, and all of a sudden it goes and it goes into Outrun, and then you're like, this is so cool. And it does that throughout. It kind of links nicely. The game just all of a sudden goes, that's the end.
Right.
Oh, just finishes.
Well, it does say to be continued.
Does it do it Back to the Future style?
Okay.
It says I won't say how it does it, but it does say to be continued. Now I was like, this is going to be another Nier Automata. I go back into the game. It's all different. Nope.
No.
I mean, it took me longer than probably It took me 3 to 4 hours.
Okay.
And the reason it took me longer was because I was dedicated on getting high scores. I was like, I want to get the high score. I want to get the high score. I want to get the high score. And I'll tell you now, some of those high scores, they're hard. The Streets of Rage one, very hard, but I got it.
Nailed that.
Probably, yeah.
Love Streets
But
of
then,
Rage.
so I honestly reckon if you just played through it for story wise and game wise, I reckon you probably do it in 2 hours.
So
Okay.
do you think it should have been called 1980X Episode 1?
Get
Okay.
But and I don't.
How much is this going to be?
I think it's $7.99.
No, fuck it, I'm great.
No, don't remember. No. I'm not trying to say being short's bad. It's just it was unexpected.
Okay.
I was having a whale of a
And
time,
it's suddenly like you're done.
and yeah, like I was whale of a time. I was playing a game, and then something big happens, and it's all like, oh, this is weird, and it does the whole. I don't want to say anything because it does something clever that 80s old games used to do, and it boots back up basically in a clever way.
Crashes on you halfway.
Well, I won't say what it does, but
rewind the
it does
tape.
something that happens, and
Blow inside the tape player, put it back in. Realise you put on New Kids on the Block again. It's like, shit, right, let's get the next one on.
and then it kind of just goes too big. I was just like, oh, and I can't find any information on episode 2, so I'm hoping there is an episode 2.
Well, maybe it's a case that they'll put this out, try and earn the money,
Yeah,
And
then be able to make the next
but I
one.
will say, what is there? Oh my god! Like
So what's this on?
it's on PC and it's meant to be on PS4, but it's been delayed the last 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know why. They initially delayed it by a week and said it's just because we want to get the game ready for console. It ran fine on PC. I don't have any issues with it on PC.
What Epic or Steam?
Steam.
Might see
I
if
might
it's on-
check it out.
I might see if it's on sale.
Yeah.
It's but nice. You'll love it. Like
Yeah.
it's so good. It was just if I knew it was a 2-3 hour adventure going into it and it was part 1, I would be like, oh, that was cool, awesome. Probably one of my game of the years. Looking forward to the next part.
Yeah.
It's almost I've got this
Wow,
quite
so
sour
that's
taste
really-
where I'm like, oh, it just
It's a shame.
what? That just ended. Like I didn't expect that. So yeah, but no, it's super cool. If you love 80s stuff,
Aces.
you're gonna it's cool. And last game has blown me away this last week, and that is Grimshade.
Oh, yeah.
You won't like Grimshade. It's turn-based RPG.
Ah, come on.
But it does so. Okay,
Here we go.
Our-
This one's different.
our extend.
It's not different. It's the same. They're all turn-based.
Our extend on it. So Grimshade is a kind
At
of
some point, you're going to have to realise that turn-based allows you a tactical opportunity that you don't get in real time.
I can't wait for when you two have died of old age and I inherit Indecredible and I'll finally be like, look, we all know turn-based is long dead. There hasn't been a turn-based game for 50 years. Sorry,
I love the
that's not going to
idea.
live that long.
You think
5 years.
because basically at that point we'll be doing this as like 70-year-old, 80-year-old
You two,
men.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, you'll still be what, 60?
I'll be like 30.
Yeah, you're not that much younger than this, mate. But there's going to be us meeting upstairs in someone's attic to do a podcast. About
What's going to
indie
happen
games.
is you'll two will die
So
and I'll be on my own. There's no camera.
you're just talking
I'm
at a
just
wall,
like, oh.
and afterwards you'll go for a Mackie D's.
Well, I think I am.
Yeah.
It's really just the Meals on Wheels time.
But anyway, Grimshade. So Grimshade is a kind of steampunk-esque isometric RPG, and this is going back to classic old school
Let myself
RPGs.
laugh.
This is your Baldur's Gate style RPG, like going way back in terms of its design. It's set in a world where there's this fuel called ether, and everyone's using
As
ether.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ether is being used. It can be
It's
used.
not freaking unobtainium.
No, yeah. It can be used to power stuff and all things like that. I won't go into too many spoilers because spoilers happen pretty early on. But you effectively the city is in civil war. There's these people called champions that are trying to stop this kind of government that have come out of nowhere and are trying to take over the city, and it kind of goes from there. It's story wise, it doesn't seem to do tons new. But I don't. That's not a bad thing. It's still what it's doing is nice. You have your decision making, you have your choices to make, and all things like that. The turn-based combat works in a grid system. So you have people called sentinels, and if you have basically you move sentinels along the grid to right.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
You put sentinels on the grid to then block other people so they don't take damage, and then you use ranged people to do attacks, and then you have a thing called tension. So when people do attacks or they're attacked, their tension grows. So you can't basically just keep spamming attacks. You have to then look at using... There's no potions or any items to use in the combat. You have to use other mechanics like waiting or change positions with people to get your tension down. If your tension goes over, then you basically become knocked out for 2 turns, which is, in a turn-based game...
Yeah, massive.
Yeah, it's huge. But yeah, the characters, the world, the combat, everything about it, I was blown away. I was playing it and I was like, oh, I'll give this game a go. It's been in my library for ages. I sent it a key like back in March when it launched. I should give it a go. I've played 5 hours so far and I don't want to stop playing it.
So what's this out on?
It's on Steam. It's only on Steam at the moment.
Oh wow.
I think it will come to consoles if it does well. I hope it comes to consoles.
Switch?
Oh, it'll be perfect for Switch. Like, it'll be perfect for Switch. I just think, like, no one's talking about this game, really. I was talking to your brother, and your brother was like, I've never heard of it. And I was like, it's so cool. I mean, you get to play... A badger joined your team, and this is, like, an example of how cool the turn-based stuff is. The badger's a sniper. But if you want to do the powerful sniper damage, you have to set the sniper... You have to mark your enemy out. Then you have to set the sniper shot up to then guard the guy to make sure he's got 2 turns untouched to then do a one-hit kill. So there's a lot of tactical moving around on the board as well as just attacking to get the combat going. Yeah, it's really cool. The UI is very simple. It feels like an indie game, but it also feels like a very expansive RPG. Like I'm 5 hours in and I feel like I'm scratching the surface. I will say tutorial is very text heavy. There's a lot of reading. And it's not voice acted, but you have to read it because
turn-based and a lot of text. Jeez.
But I will say, like,
I'm a millennial.
It is a game for nerds.
Let me on Twitbook.
It's funny because I can barely understand how to use Twitter.
But no, it's
70.
Some people do get annoyed, don't they, when it's like tutorial is constantly just going, this is an effect, and this is an effect, and this is an effect.
That can get very annoying.
But this game has to do it because there's so many effects going on, so many statuses happening to you and you're doing to the enemies. So yeah, lots of reading. Like 2 hours is probably only half-hour gameplay because there's so much reading.
You old guys will have it.
But no, that's it. That's gonna wrap up. That's what I've played.
Nice.
Grimshow's my pick of the bunch, to be honest. 1980X is amazing. I need part 2 now in my life. It's like going, here's Stranger Things, season 1, 3 episodes. You never know when you get the other ones. You're like... That's what it is.
How is season 3 yet? I haven't watched season 3 yet.
I've seen 2 episodes.
I've been told I'm not allowed to.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but I would have binged it last night, but I've been told I'm not allowed to.
I'm probably watching it later tonight.
I just finished Dark season 2. And I watched 2 episodes today of Stranger Things season 3. I won't say anything on it.
I've added Dark to my list.
It's so good.
It looks good.
Yeah, let's go on to some news now, guys.
Let's do the news!
I don't know where I'm going with that.
Okay, kicking off first. Blazing Chrome. Blazing Chrome.
Saddles.
Yeah. Oh, God. I love that film, but I shouldn't love that film.
Why shouldn't you?
Why shouldn't you?
Is it bad if you like Blazing Saddles?
No, it's a classic
film.
I mean, I showed it to Sarah.
It's deeply racist
I was like,
nowadays, and it's,
Sarah had never seen it.
Yeah.
And Sarah's a bit of a prune sometimes. She gives it all but she's a bit of a prune.
What the hell's in Blazing Saddles that you can get pruny about?
Well, okay, not prune, but she's a bit uptight about stuff like racism.
Oh, okay.
Which, like,
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
if you're going
Fair
to talk
enough.
about something,
yeah. But if you know what Blazing Saddles is, guys, it is a 70s film?
Yes.
Yes.
Not Mel Gibson.
Wow.
Mel Brooks.
Mel
That's where
Brooks.
you were going.
Yeah.
I love the Mel Gibson. It's Mel Gibson. Bloody Jew.
Quite,
I don't know why he was London Geese in
If he
there
made that
either.
film, though, it would be racist. Very
Mel-
much so.
oh,
yeah.
Mel Brooks film that is heavily racist. Very tongue-in-cheek racist.
I think that's why it works, because
Yeah.
it's
Part of
not
the point, isn't it?
racist. Part of the point is it's attacking racist stereotypes,
Yeah.
but it also attacks, anti-Semitic ideas and things like. It's
Yeah.
a very,
I mean, Mel
very
Brooks.
clever Mel Brooks.
One of my favourite
movie.
things of that
It's
whole
nice
film
Baseballs, I will
is
say.
the when they're in the church and then they're going
But that's
through.
got Bon Jovi soundtrack to it as well, which I always find freaking hilarious.
Is it?
Yeah.
Spaceballs is
I've never
amazing.
noticed that.
Raise
not?
your hands. Yeah, if you're when they're in the camper van flying along,
Oh, you're
Bath
right.
and that lot, it's Bon
Yeah.
Jovi in the background
Yeah,
as their
Spaceballs
mighty
is so
modern
good.
Oh,
music.
it's fantastic.
The first time I watched
Where's Spaceballs 2?
No, please don't put
No,
that
John
there.
Candy can't do it now, can he?
Well, I don't know. This is what I'm saying.
And Mel Brooks
make
can't
it
either.
about the sequels. Instead of this, obviously one's about original
Prequels.
All
No, they should do a
prequels.
prequel.
Prequels.
That's what I'm
That'd be
saying.
A very
hilarious.
Why
coarse
is-
sand.
Why isn't
No,
there more Spaceballs?
because it will come out like all of those other
be-
god awful.
Yeah,
Really
like
bad
scary
movies.
movies.
Scary
seven.
movies.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know the
movie.
Wayland brothers.
I remember
get
the first
involved
time
and they're
watching,
like, oh, God,
Get someone
no.
good on it.
First time watching Spaceballs, the scene where they capture them and they turn them around and the princess is a dude and they're like,
Oh, it's a stunt
these are
double.
the stunt doubles. Like I remember watching it the first time and literally wetting
That-
myself
that
just
crap.
being
My
like,
favourite bit from the first time I watched it, and later on I was like, that's a bit lame, Dan, why do you find that funny? Was when they're combing the desert with literal combs. But the
that
funniest bit
cracks
is
me up.
one of them is a
Yeah.
comb for an
Afro
afro.
comb.
And I was
We
just
ain't
like,
found
oh,
shit. I love that bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
freaking
Every
amazing.
time cracks me up.
Yeah, I love that bit. Anyway,
I also-
back onto the
one
news.
more
Oh yeah,
thing.
go on.
One of the first jokes in the film is when the ship's like going over the camera, like in Star Wars, and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
It's like the longest ship
Forever.
ever.
Yeah.
It's like,
Do you
and
remember when they?
every time after I saw that, when I watched the first Star Wars film, I'd always just think about that because Star Destroyer is pretty long.
Shall I
when
let
it
you
goes
into a
by.
little secret?
Go on.
So I did film studies and media studies for A level,
Yeah.
and the reason I wanted to get into film was because of Spaceballs.
Wow.
But when they ask you what film got you into this, well, we all did the same thing, sort of like, oh, it was Fargo, or it was there's some real deep. For me, it was Spaceballs because I thought that was one of the greatest movies ever made.
For me, it was Gravity.
Was it really?
You know, I watched the special, the behind the scenes
Yeah,
for Gravity. and
Gravity's
it was
insane.
amazing. I was like,
That shot, the whole
the
360,
beginning,
yeah.
where it's like one huge shot. That,
Oh, it's
yeah,
just insane.
it's Alfonso Cuarón.
Citizen Kane
He
was
also made
the
the
other
best.
one. Lots of
He
people said.
always made the best Harry Potter film. Alfonso.
Yeah,
He made Prisoner of Azkaban, which is the best Harry Potter film.
best book. Wouldn't say the best Harry Potter film.
It's best film. Oh, are you kidding me? Of all the films.
Yeah,
What's your favourite film?
my favourite film is you know the end credits to the first one.
Mine's Goblet of Fire. If that's gonna help.
That's my favourite book.
But
That's
Blazing
right,
Chrome,
that's right.
not Blazing
Yeah, sorry,
Saddles.
God.
Look,
Yeah.
Wait, we do games, didn't we?
How did we get
Yeah.
out so far from this?
Blazing
We're doing
Chrome.
the news as well. We rarely go off on one of
No.
the news.
Blazing Chrome is a game that got it's a game that got announced. But no, the game got a release date for the 11th of July. It's coming very soon. It's coming to Xbox Game Pass day one of launch. Now, I've been playing Blazing Chrome for review. You actually played a little bit with me earlier to do some co-op filming.
I did.
Um,
It's Contra.
Blazing Chrome is it is literally a love letter to 90s arcade. Like even the way it loads up, even the way it says press start, it doesn't insert coin, like all this stuff.
Did you try the Konami code?
Oh, that's so dumb.
Did you not?
No.
We're so stupid.
That's the first thing I would have done with
We're
that
so
game.
dumb.
Well, yeah.
Afterwards, we're giving it
Okay.
afterwards.
So it's being developed by Joy Mash and published by the Arcade Crew. The game is hard. That's not me just saying that someone's played it, but the game is billed as being hard. The game is hard. If you've played any 90s arcade game,
You played Contra.
the game is hard. I'll just say that. But yeah, it does have local co-op, and it's coming to all platforms on the 11th of July. PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PC.
Oh god,
But like I
what do
said,
want to play it on?
It is coming to Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass day one of launch.
There's a new Contra coming though, isn't there? Basically,
Yes,
but there is a new Contra
there
coming.
is. Yeah, this is
Oh, what do
this
I
is
want?
straight up love
Honestly,
letter
I
to.
think this, silly as it sounds, probably benefit from having a big TV.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
play it on console.
There's a lot going on the
not
screen,
Switch.
not playing on Switch mini
isn't
screen.
there?
won't
There's
be
a
as
lot
good.
going on the screen,
I
especially
I always say play PS4.
in
Xbox,
co-op. Who were
personally.
just like, what? Who's who? Who's going where?
I constantly kept thinking I was Lewis. Just because when you're jumping around, your eyes get confused. There's like 1,000 enemies. And you're like,
Oh, I love old school
and I
gaming.
just died because of that.
It looks good though. It looks really good.
Yeah.
For old
Oh
school
yeah,
games.
it's nice. Look, it looks like an old game. It really
Yeah.
does. It doesn't feel like it's trying to emulate that. It really
No,
seems
yeah.
that style.
Up next, we got the news that Warsaw got a release date of the 4th of September. It's coming to PC first off on the 4th of September, and it's coming to consoles soon after. Hopefully, and it was hopefully in the press release, 2019. If you don't know what Warsaw is a tactical World War II RPG game where you're the idea of the game is you must lead a Polish underground resistance out of hiding and past the Nazis, basically. That's the story. Visually, it looks stunning.
Yeah, I love how it looks.
I've only seen the trailer, the cinematic trailer, I guess.
Oh, did you not see the gameplay trailer?
No, but the cinematic looks great.
Yeah. Cinematic's great. The actual gameplay looks... I really like it. I am actually, for me, looking forward to a game, which is shocking usually, because I'm a bit of a miserable old man.
No, it looks
True.
super nice.
Very
Pixelated Milk are the guys who are developed it and are self-publishing in the game as well. I'm pretty sure I saw that it is coming to the Switch as well when it comes to consoles. But it is straight up tactical. The best way to describe it, if you can't see from the trailer properly, is something like Darkest Dungeons, but World War II. It's a kind of the 2D, turn-based, tactical combat. But it does look absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
Next up, Forager. Forager is a game that released on PC about 6-8 weeks ago. And absolutely smashed it when it launched on PC. It sold
Oh.
it sold 300,000 copies, and that's on PC alone. And it's now coming to PS4 and Nintendo Switch on the 30th of July. If you don't know what Forager is a 2D very chilled out crafting game. Basically,
Minecraft.
It's Minecraft, but it's a very limited Minecraft. But it's a 2D Minecraft about foraging resources and crafting.
Oh, it looks nice. It's very cute. Pretty relaxed looking.
Foreign user played it and he said he really enjoyed it.
Okay.
I think Switch is where I'd want to get it. I think like this kind of game, just sit back and sit back, chill out, just play it on the Switch. You look forward to playing Forager? Not really.
Oh, I mean, I'll just play Minecraft.
Yeah, you're one of those
If I'm
ones,
completely honest, I would just rather play Minecraft.
yeah, you're one of those ones.
What?
Why
So-
did you actually play Minecraft?
What?
Up next, Wide Productions have taken over the publishing of Deliver Us to the Moon. Now, if you've heard of this game, it's because Part 1 is out on PC. Part 1 is called Fortuna. Fortuna is available now on PC, and you can buy it. Part 2 is titled Tombuff, and Tombuff is coming out later this year.
Do you need a bath?
Sorry, no, there's someone down there shoving their hand right into their ass. They didn't do it right now, but they've had it right down their pants, scratching their absolute anus. That is the hilarious thing I've ever seen out of the window from this studio ever.
Yeah, for
That window just there,
That one there?
the one on the right-hand side with the curtain, someone came up, they're on the phone, they turned around and literally fisted themselves in the anus.
Man.
For all your listeners,
that
we
guy.
can see out a window to our left, and Dan has just had a lovely sight. as you
Lovely
can- as you
sight.
heard. But the Wide Production have taken over the publishing of Deliver Us to the Moon. It's
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
it's
Once that started happening, I had to tell people.
Alert us if he
I
comes
will,
back,
yeah.
yeah?
Deliver Us to the Moon. She.
She.
My word.
God. Deliver Us to the Moon is a 3D space adventure game where you basically harvest. The idea of the game is the story is your Earth's resources are running out. They're trying to harvest helium from the moon. The moon's gone radio silent on the space station. You're stuck on the moon, and you're trying to restore power to then speak back to Earth and say everything's all right, but everything isn't actually all right. So if you brought Deliver Us to the Moon, you'll get the Tambath update completely free on PC. If you're waiting for it to come to console, then it will release as a whole game on console. We won't release as episode 1. Episode 2 will release as a whole game. And it's hopefully coming later this year. Judging by the trailer up there and the trailer I saw, it looks like quite an epic space adventure. It looks like there's quite a lot of cinematic stuff going on.
Yeah.
Lots of panning space station shots and debris flying and astronauts floating through space and gripping moments. But
Sounds cool.
yeah, I mean, I like space adventures. I loved Observation.
Is it
when
like
launched.
The Martian, the game? But on
Possibly.
The moon.
Could be.
The Moon Man.
Could be. And final bit of news this week is also from Wide Production. Wide Productions are bringing Close to the Sun to the Nintendo Switch. We've done a review 6 weeks ago? 8 weeks ago?
We should have harmonised.
2 months ago?
It was like a month ago, month and a half.
Yeah. We've done a review. The review's on YouTube. Check it out. Close to the Sun review. Just type it in.
Just watch it.
Easy. And it's coming to Nintendo Switch. Would you recommend it, knowing it's available everywhere and you've
Yeah.
played it, would you recommend it on the Nintendo Switch?
Sure. It's going to be as good there as anywhere else. It's short, so it's not like a big deal. It's on the Switch.
It is short, yeah. It's effectively having Bioshock on the Switch, isn't it?
No,
It's not. No.
But is it?
I haven't played the game, nor have I watched.
Well, no, it's not
the
Bioshock
review.
because Bioshock is a lot better.
It's nothing like Bioshock.
It's a lot like Bioshock.
No, it's not.
In its themes and visuals,
Yeah.
yes. In its gameplay, not
No,
at all.
No.
not at all.
It's first person.
One of our biggest criticisms of it, because you will see the synopsis, guys, it will say it is a horror adventure game. I remember one of our biggest criticisms was it is not a horror game. It is the horror is very poor in the game, but the story on offer, minus the chase sequences, the story on offer is good. It's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And see if you can solve the puzzle that Tom solved. I looked at him and was like, I'm not doing that.
Oh yeah, did I spoil it in the thing? I don't
You
remember.
did, yeah.
I did, yeah.
No, you showed me on your phone. You
That's
typed it
right,
on your
yeah,
phone,
yeah.
yeah. There's a puzzle.
Dude, now.
There's a puzzle where there's lots of like code, and you can look at pictures to work out code. And
There's code written all over the walls.
you didn't need to do it. And I looked at him and was like, no, I can't be bothered with that. And Tom spent 45 minutes.
I worked it out. Yeah, I don't know how long it took. But
Well done, Tom.
I thought I'll work this out. And I
And it's
did.
called an Easter egg, wasn't it?
It was a bit of an Easter egg. It has nothing to do with the story. I was kind of a bit disappointed, to be honest, but
Did you get an achievement?
no, because you don't
There's nothing solved.
you don't type anything in. You just
You have to
work
write the
out
message out
in your
yourself.
own life.
Fuck that noise.
Um,
That noise. Creep it. Creep
And
it.
that's it. That's all
That's
the
the
news
news.
this week, guys. So we'll go on to our main topic, which is, like I said, curveball, a little bit cheesy one. But we are talking about an indie game that we've played, or maybe an indie game we know of, that we would like to see pick up a movie license.
Yes.
We'd like to see an indie game turn into a movie. Like I said at the beginning of the show, this came off the fact that I sound. Oh, yeah, this is it, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh my god, mate, you must have been livid.
I was not happy.
Um,
it was. I was like, okay, fine.
So this came off the fact that I saw recently again that Minecraft is getting a movie, and that the Firewatch movie is well into its production. And
It's in production.
It's in
Yeah.
production. It's going to be released next year.
Wow.
No one's going to go see it.
So yeah, I mean, I
We'll
loved
see it.
Firewatch as a game.
Oh no, we will. Yeah.
I don't know
Okay,
if
let me take that back.
I don't know if we need. I don't know if we need a
It's
movie,
already
but yeah. So indie games, gents. Indie games we'd like to see turn into a movie. I didn't give you any rules on this. I didn't say
Okay.
any bravados on this. You could just do what you wanted.
So basically, I hate video game movies.
War games.
It's not a video
No,
game
that's not a
movie.
video game movie.
Isn't it based off a video game?
No,
Okay, well,
It's a game about. It's a film about.
it's a
video
film
games.
about video games, but it's
Ah,
not a
that's
video
what it came
game
up.
movie. So it doesn't. Yeah, and War Games has tic-tac-toe in it and some other bits, but no. Mainly, you look at most of these games that come out, like Doom, I enjoy, awful movie. Right? Mario Brothers, oh my god, no.
It's good.
It's a terrible, terrible movie. There aren't any good ones. So I started thinking, okay, if I was going to make an indie game into a movie, then it's got to hit some certain criteria, right? The only things that will work are if they're really cheesy, if it's full of violence and incredible lines, right? And I was sitting there going, what game is cheesy,
I was going to say Hotline Miami.
full of
but you said
violence,
Incredible lines.
and incredible lines? And well, also, we can get hold of these actors, and if we got the actors, we would be our pants would be wet from the
intrigued.
joy we're heading towards. And it's quite simple. It's Broforce,
I
the
knew it.
movie.
Oh, I literally mouthed it right before you said it. I think I picked that up.
Broforce is
Broforce, the
Broforce,
movie,
yeah.
because we've got Schwarzenegger, we've got
Yeah.
Stallone, we've got Van Damme, we've got Mr. T, we've got everything. It's blood, it's violence, it's basically the Expendables.
yeah.
Oh,
And
it's
I
already- it's
enjoy
already
the
happened.
Expendables. It's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broforce the movie is
Broforce the
Expendables.
movie. Other than that,
Ignore
there
the
isn't
first one.
one
The first one's
because it would be terrible. No,
Broforce is a good shout.
Expendables 1 is a bad film.
They're all bad films.
No, yeah, but the 2 onwards, they know that.
Yes,
The first
yeah,
one,
yeah.
they're
The
trying
first
to,
one
they're
they're
trying to be
to-
like, oh, emotions.
I
It's
mean,
like,
as
stop
soon
it
as
now.
you got Dolph Lundgren and everyone,
Don't do
in
that.
it,
You got
don't
Stone
go.
Cold.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Just kill people and
And
say
it's
one
and
word.
that, so for me, it's Broforce.
Broforce.
Let's have another action-packed 90s, 80s, obscenely muscled people blowing shit up for no good reason.
Very
That
good
makes
choice.
no
Very
sense.
smart choice. I like it.
Thank you very much.
I went down the route of games that I didn't want to take a cinematic game. So, for example, I looked at games I really enjoyed this year.
Yeah.
And I looked at Observation, for example. I was like, well, Observation is a story in its own right. It's a cinematic game.
And then ruin it as a movie.
It does what a movie does.
Yeah.
Sandra
As a
Bullock
game,
in
it's
it.
fine. And so I was like, okay, I don't
I
want
didn't
that.
better what you said.
So
I said something about Sandra Bullock.
So I went down
She's
a
alright.
game that I like the gameplay loop. I like the way it worked, and I like the setting. I like the music. I like the aesthetics of it.
Yeah.
And that was the sexy brutale. I like the way the whole kind of constant, not Groundhog Day, but you keep doing it until you solve it and you move on to the next one. But some slight twist on it. I want it set in the 80s.
Slight twist. Let me change everything.
Everything.
No.
I was saying, he says to me earlier, he's like an actual movie executive. He's like, I like it. Let me just change everything about it.
Yeah.
So that it makes more money.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't even have to make more money. Let me change everything about it so I can have my wife in it and I can put my name on it and make more money. I don't care if the movie makes any money, but I will make
I don't care if people like it.
Yeah.
Creep
This is
you.
what I want.
Sexy brutale.
Yeah.
I know it, yeah.
Set in the 80s.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
As a teen
No, his
melodrama.
one is.
It's a teen melodrama. set
Teen
in the
melodrama.
80s.
So nothing like Sexy Brutal.
Basically, House on the
Carry on.
Haunted Hill, but plays out like Sexy Brutale with 80s teenagers.
How would you do the repeating time loop? Because that is an important part of Sexy Brutal.
Yeah.
So it'll be the jock
Right.
would do it,
Yeah,
but he's
yeah.
so stoned that he doesn't remember what he's doing the whole time. So
So he's not
but
actually
how are
time
you explaining
traveling.
time travel?
He just
there?
forgets.
yeah,
But then people will have died. How are you going to repeat the deaths?
he's hallucinating.
This is
tripping out.
This is the worst film I've ever seen.
You haven't seen it.
And this is like perfect because this is exactly what video game movies are.
Yeah. If we're talking about how to make a
Battleships
shit
is a
video game
great.
movie.
I loved watching Battleships, and I saw it with my ex-girlfriend actually. I remember saying
Battleships technically isn't a video game movie. It's a board
that's
game.
a board game movie. I remember saying to her, I wonder if they actually do the Battleship thing in it. And there is a point when they
Yeah.
radio silent and they're like H6, and I was like, oh my god, they're actually
Did
doing.
they actually do that?
Yeah.
I never watched it because I thought it
Though
was
to be
stupid.
honest, that is the best bit of Doom.
Or with the first
Oh,
person.
in the first
bit,
person.
First person killing mode.
That's the only bit I've seen of
Love it.
Doom. Yeah.
Doom is
But
so
yes.
bad, but so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
I think it was
Sexy
sell.
Brutal.
Sexy
I
Brutal.
don't think it will, but good try.
I'd like to start mine by saying that I disagree entirely with the idea of video games becoming films.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think-
with you on that. I'm not.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't understand it because games are games. They work because they're games. I give the example of Uncharted. It's a very cinematic game.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work in the cinema because in the cinema it's generic.
Yeah. It's Indiana Jones.
Exactly, but when you play the game, they're like, "Holy queep, I'm Indiana Jones."
Yeah.
And look at me in this amazing cinematic thing, But in the film, it's like, "Oh wow, National Treasure, cool."
If I had to sit and
It's like, who
watch
cares?
Uncharted, I'd get bored.
It's boring. It's a
What
generic
about a
film.
crossover? What about when games go like, here's part of the story, and then the films tell more of the story, or
No.
like The Witcher, for example. The
No.
Witcher Netflix series
No.
is carrying on with the Witcher story,
No.
but it's told in books, it's told in games, and it's told in
No.
TV series now.
No.
I don't get it. I don't get what you mean.
So
What's the
the
good thing
Netflix
about
series
that? Yeah.
isn't anything to do with the games.
Oh no, it's about books.
It's about the books, but it's also parts in between the books.
Right.
So they're kind of making up their own story of it.
Yeah.
And then, the games continue the story after the book.
Yeah, I think The Witcher's kind of a special case.
Is it?
Well, it's like you say because it's the books, it's the game, and then the show is slotting in between the gaps. It's not the show trying to be the game.
Did the
It's not
books
the
come
game trying to
first?
be the- Yeah.
Books come first, yeah.
So then it's not a video game movie. It's a books movie.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I see what you mean. Well, yeah.
But yeah, basically, my point is that it can't really ever work properly because a game is so good because it's a game, not because it. Oh wow!
Jaws, the video game, was amazing.
Sure.
Apparently, Jaws the board game's really good as well.
Yeah, interesting.
I haven't played it. I want to get hold of it
Yeah.
and see what that's like.
It's 40
But
And I'm
actually
really
said-
looking forward to the new Shark Grand Theft Auto.
I did see this.
I can't remember what it's called now,
I don't
but it
know what
looks
this is.
feckin' brilliant.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
I would say I said before.
Mania.
Man-Eater, that's the
I
one.
don't know. I said before that I think more movies, TV shows, books should become games because games offer more. A movie offers less than a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
You're not invested in it in the same way. You don't experience
when
it
you
the same
take
way.
a game and make it into a movie, you're chopping parts off.
Yeah.
When you make it a game, you're adding stuff.
I mean, a perfect example is a horror genre. Making a horror movie genuinely scary is quite hard. Making a game scary is a lot easier because you're the one
You're
going.
immersed. You're the character.
If I go forward, something's going to happen.
You don't like these things.
Yeah.
But what
That
game?
being said, Oxenfree.
Oh,
Because it would make a lot of
Really?
money in the box office. Because we've had it. Stranger Things, you know. So it'd make a lot of money in the box office. There you go.
dude,
He's gone down the money route, isn't he?
it would never translate.
It would.
Yeah, really badly.
Because it would be it'd be a bloody
Strange Things.
It'd be a
it'd be so
you know,
shit.
Stand By Me.
Yeah.
It'd be one of those. And that's why it would make money. And people wouldn't even know it was about a game. I wouldn't put that in any of the promotional stuff.
No,
I wouldn't put
state it
anything in
all.
there saying like based on the popularity.
Lighthouse
No.
Studios would be like,
Yeah, they would just get some money.
yeah.
Well, no, what they'd do is they'd release, oh, you enjoyed the movie, try the game. And people are like, oh, they've released a game about the movie.
Yeah, and a bunch of plebs who didn't
Yeah.
know it was based on the game would be like, this is crap, because it's not GTA.
And
there you go.
there we go. There we go. That wraps up,
I
guys.
think I won that one.
I won the moral
Patrons,
victory.
especially patrons in Discord, let me know any indie games that you would like to see turned into a movie. Just throw over there in Discord.
Also,
Anyone
in
else?
the comments below, who do you think won that one? Broforce, Oxenfree, and whatever he said. I've
80s
forgotten it
Sexy
now.
Brutal.
He butchers Sexy Brutal.
Yeah.
I made it better.
You didn't make Sexy Brutal better.
What
No.
Game of the Year 2 years ago.
That was our game
What was
of
that
the
Game of the
year,
Year
wasn't
last
it?
year?
Yeah.
I don't know what it
No,
was.
it was Yakuza Island Express last year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that wraps up, guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. Thank you so much for checking the podcast out, whether you listened, whether you watched. If you did listen and you like the podcast, then if you can't support us on Patreon, there's nothing wrong with that. It's fine. You can get the podcast for free. All we ask is maybe just give us a review on iTunes or any other platform that you watch on. It really helps us get to more people. It really helps us boost up the ratings. And we want to get out to as many people as we can. We want to shout about these indie games from the rooftops. If you did watch us, guys, and obviously you like the video, you're still here now, why not give it a little thumbs up for a like, and make sure you subscribe to Indecredible, because we bring you indie game reviews, previews, news, tons of all sorts of stuff. And also check out our new Indecredible Comics podcast. It's a monthly show. It is available to our patrons 1 week early, so you guys have to wait a week until it's released for you guys as of this podcast releasing. But by all means, check it out. We talk through free indie or independently published and illustrated and written comics every month. Yeah, make sure you check it out and let us know if you like that. But that is it, guys. As always, I have been Lewis from @WhatsUpWoody. With me, as always, has been Tom from @Shriek and Profit, and also Dan from @TheDiceBear. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Patreon, stay around because we have post show. If you want to jump into the post show, hit the link in the description down below. Patreon.com/Indecredible. $1 a month. You can get that post show right now, and it's going to be tasty, delicious. Until next time, guys, you stay Indecredible. Goodbye.
We're going to have to bang in the post show.
Patrons!
Yes. Let's go.
How are
All
we
right,
doing?
guys. Let's get our shit
It's
off.
the big boys.
It's the big boys.
I feel like the big boy club has really faded away.
I don't remember it ever being decided that was
It
what
was
it would
decided early on that it was the
be.
big
Yeah,
boys
by
club.
you.
Well, by all of us, in a way.
In what way?
Lewis is on board.
Big boys.
Big boys.
Big boys.
Big boys!
Yeah.
Just because he says something loud doesn't mean he's on board with
That's
it.
exactly what that means.
You can do bright colours in front of him and he's sold, right?
Yeah.
You've got
What's
to
the thing
do.
he died today?
Who that?
John McCurry.
Who that? What the fuck? What
Who
was
dat?
that? Who that?
You
Who
know? Did
that?
you see who died?
Who?
John McCurry.
Good.
Oh, who the fuck is that?
I really
eh?
don't like that guy.
You must know him.
Who the fuck is that?
You know him by sight. He was the horse pundit guy.
Yeah.
You know, the horse racing.
He was a nasty,
He had the glasses here. He was like
massive
I
sideburns.
wondered if I'd even known by sight.
You will know him. By
Get him up.
He was a real nasty piece of work.
He was
Really?
a
His
dick.
wife like shit. He was a nasty piece
Rot
of work.
in hell.
So,
you absolute
yeah, great.
cunt bag.
Whatever.
MAGA cunts.
This is Diggy. Yeah, that's him old. You got to see him younger.
Oh, I have seen him
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. Cool. Oh, yeah. He was the face of racing, and then
Was that him recently?
Yeah,
God.
he lost lots. He was really old and ill.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did lose weight, didn't he?
yeah.
That was him in his...
In his
Yeah,
prime.
that's
Prime.
kind of how I remember
With
it.
the horse racing, and when he used to do the numbers, he was quite entertaining. But once you start learning more about the guy,
Who he was.
you're like, yeah.
He did.
He did.
Did.
Who dat? He did.
Right.
That's
Point to the...
some informal racism there for you, patrons.
Is that informal?
Or is that formal racism?
I'd say it's
I thought
formal
I
racism.
don't have a tie on, so.
I feel it's been a punchy evening. It's been good. We're like 9:30.
Yeah.
We've got 2 podcasts done.
That's not bad.
That's good for us.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Next week, are we going to go watch Spider-Man next week or not?
Yeah.
So we'll do next week. We'll just have one podcast.
Well, next
Yeah.
Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
And then we'll do... The following week will be the Not So Indie show. And
Yeah.
then the week after that will be AMA. But we can do slightly earlier if you want them, because I don't know if you can do slightly
We're on
earlier.
holidays.
I know you're on holiday. I'm on holiday. I don't know if you're about to get over slightly
I've got
earlier.
2 weeks left.
I'll be honest, I can get a little bit earlier, but I do a lot of Incredible style work in that time after work on a Friday.
Like playing games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing in a week. Playing in a week.
No, I don't do that.
Why not? What do you
Because-
do after work?
Oh, I get home.
Yeah.
And then I pass out.
Okay.
And then I
What
am
time
at
do you finish
again.
work?
5:30.
Okay.
Then I have dinner.
Yeah.
And then I'm on the sofa and I'm like... and then I go to sleep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm basically 50.
Yeah.
I wonder if actually you two have somehow done something where you've sucked my life force that I should be having as a
Yeah.
22-year-old.
We're like the
Why do you think
we-
we invited you on the show,
Yeah.
mate? At some point, you will wither and die. We'll have to get a new
does seem
job.
like some
This
kind of
is like,
ritual.
What's that witches film?
Oh, I know the one you mean. Oh, fuck! You'll know it as well. It's a classic
Who's
one.
in it?
3
Death
female.
Becomes Her?
No.
No.
Oh no, Death Becomes a quite good one.
About 3 witches.
3 witches and Jack Nicholson's in it as well.
Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson's
And
in it.
they make him puke up cherries and all of that lot.
3 witches of Jack Nicholson? What the
Yeah.
fuck are you about?
It's a fucking classic movie. You should really watch it. It's really good.
Witches of Eastwick.
That's the one. Witches of Eastwick. Fucking well done, man.
I think I've seen that.
Witches of Eastwick. I was about to Google it and I was like, got it.
That's all about witches.
all we have.
They'll go against him. He's basically banging them all and they find out and they fucking curse him.
I
We,
see why
um,
you said Death Becomes Her.
Death Becomes Her is more about draining bit. I got
Yeah.
stuck on Witches of Eastwick, which
I've
doesn't
never
have
seen
as
it,
much
but I
relevance.
do know it.
I
Yeah.
love that
Witches of
movie.
Eastwick's brilliant.
It's about
It's got Cher in it. Yeah.
Susan Sarandon and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah?
Schwing.
Swing indeed.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Hello.
Swing.
You know what's really sad is, so you know how you watch movies now,
I
and,
have seen a
and
movie,
everyone's like, "Oh yeah, have you seen this new actor? She's really fit, or actor, or whatever."
And you're like, she's 12.
And I'm like, yeah, that's how I feel. I watch this. I'm way too young. They've got nothing on Michelle Pfeiffer or Cindy Crawford. or
Michelle
all of that.
Pfeiffer, still pretty fit.
Yeah.
Oh, when I saw her when she was in Ant-Man and the Wasp, I was like,
Yeah.
Alright,
I
hello.
mean, they're all great, but back in the day, Annika Rice, mate.
Annika. Oh,
oh
fucking.
boy, it's some
Challenge
Chubby.
Annika.
80-year-old, I don't know.
She probably is now.
Probably is
but-
now, but back in the day, mate, Annika
Yeah,
Rice.
Annika Rice.
Do you know,
Running out of that
I've
helicopter.
just gotten,
Fuck.
I've just gotten to the age
I
now.
could make this table
Well,
lift
I've
thinking of
started-
Annika Rice.
I've started hearing about celebrities that are younger than me. I've just gotten to
Oh.
that age.
I've got to the age now where when footballers come onto the pitch and he's here, he's 18 years old, I'm like, fucking, what's that child do on the pitch? Let's get some real men on there. What is this?
I was honestly
Or like Wimbledon recently, where
Yeah.
that girl from America who's 15
15-year-old, yeah.
beat.
yes, of course.
She's in the 3rd round.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, bloody children, ruining
Mental,
my
isn't it? Yeah.
sports.
15 is a literal child.
We
Do you know?
But you get it the other way around, like when so I'm 33 and now how a 33 will come on the pitch. Oh, he doesn't play much anymore now. End of his career. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, fuck off. End of his career, mate. I'm in my prime. Better than I was 10 years
Well,
ago.
they're
It's just
doing
so,
that with-
it's weird though,
They're
isn't
doing
it?
that with Tom Brady all the time. Like Tom Brady's
He's getting on
40s
though,
now.
isn't he?
We're not that
He's
different in
getting
age.
on. He's getting on. He should retire.
He
to
is
be honest.
still.
It's like people talk about
He
Wayne
should have
Rooney.
retired like 4 years ago.
So people
should
talk
have
about Wayne
retired a long
Rooney
time
being
ago.
so old. Like he's my age,
He's
33.
fucking old, yeah.
The reason he seems so old is because he burst on the scene when he was 16 years
16.
old.
Was he 16?
He
Yeah.
scored that goal against Arsenal when he was 16.
16,
Everyone was
yeah.
like,
I knew he was young, but I thought he
Yeah,
was just
16
18.
years
No,
old.
he was 16.
because he used to.
Wasn't he the youngest goal scorer for a little while?
Yeah, he was for a while, and
Because he beat Michael Owen, didn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
and he because I remember I used to do a paper round, And I remember seeing him doing his driving lessons in like a KA and just laughing at this like professional footballer who just scored against Arsenal was driving around this little KA. Like, I just found it brilliant. I was like,
Oh,
but yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't do that now.
it's weird age, isn't it?
Too busy banging grannies.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
Age is messed up.
Yeah.
It's seriously messed up.
I specifically Zendaya, I think it's how you say her
Yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
In the Spider-Man films, what I looked her up, is a week older than me.
Is she really?
Yeah. And
She looks so much younger.
Yeah, doesn't she?
Yeah.
To be fair, I do look older than I am. No, that's a genuine thing. I've asked.
No,
people.
you do look older.
People
than
say
you.
I tend to look about 25, 26.
To be honest, if I'd known you were younger, I
Oh,
would have
it's-
had
it's- yeah.
massive words with Lewis and like, we can't have a child on this, man.
Why?
Because it's fucking weird. I'm nearly 40.
But I'm but a boy, and I'm
Yeah,
here.
I may butter you later.
Hey, see, he gets it.
Another witch reference really brought you on here because they're old witches. Because you're a little boy, we're going to turn you to
That's
a-
good though. The witches.
That I
Creepy, innit?
still can't
Yeah.
watch that. Still
When they
can't
melt,
watch that.
is it them like melt at the end? It's like,
No, it's when they take their masks off
Oh,
and
that's
their
it, yeah.
nose grows and their oh
It's
no.
good stuff.
as a kid,
Who's the lead actress in that? The female lead in that? She's brilliant.
Black
and
hair,
I always
I
forget her
It's
name.
Adam's Family. I've forgotten her name.
yeah.
Let's look
She
her up.
is brilliant.
She's
She's one of those actresses
Yeah,
that I'm
right,
like,
isn't
oh my god, she's amazing, but I always forget her name. And when she turns up in stuff, I'm like, I freaking love her, and then I forget her name, and I can't remember. That was
Adam's
always.
Family films are good as well. Have you seen-
No,
Yeah.
I hated those.
You
Okay, I
serious?
like them.
Yeah, serious. Didn't like the Adam
Those are
Sandler
good
movies.
films.
I liked them.
Angelica Houston.
That's it. Oh my god, she is so good.
She was great as whatever the fuck her
Well,
name is in.
The main witch, the lead witch.
Yeah.
She is incredible.
She was in Daddy Daycare.
Was she really?
Remember that?
Oh my god, no, I'd forgotten that.
Oh yeah,
she
she was in John Wick 3. Of course she was.
I'm not
Yeah.
seeing John Wick 3 yet.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah. See, Daddy Daycare.
But she's
I always wanted to
amazing.
watch that. Life
But she's
classic.
one of those
She's a-
actors that does so much stuff, but you never know who they are. It's always like Gary Oldman used to be like that for me.
Yeah.
He
is
weirded me out.
incredible.
I remember it was like 2014, and I was like, "Oh, Gary Oldman's in the new Planet of the Apes," and I watched him, and I was like, "Wow, he's really good. I wonder what else he's in." And I found out he was Sirius Black in Harry Potter,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Wait, what?" I've been watching this guy since I was like 11,
Yeah.
and I had no idea. He's in Fifth Element,
Yep.
Yeah.
and I was like,
Hey,
You never seen
he's in
True.
all the great movies.
You never seen True Romance, have you?
"No."
You've not seen it. You've seen
No.
True Romance.
Yeah.
He's in that, like this drug dealer guy. You wouldn't know it was him.
No.
Like dreadlocks.
He's very transformative, isn't he?
Yeah.
As an actor, yeah.
But that's what's amazing about, all of these great ones. You're just like, oh my god, they're in that. They're in that. But that you wouldn't know them.
You just don't
still.
know, yeah. Proper character actor.
Which is why I've never got the whole, Leonardo DiCaprio is great. He's good.
He is good.
But
I
you
like him.
always know it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's got too
he's
much.
always-
It's like Tom Cruise. He's got a famous face.
But not just that, he has quirk. It's like Brad Pitt does that same little tick and that same
You're right.
move.
It's the same
They
character
have-
every time. It's
Yeah.
a cast. Yeah.
Like Tom Cruise isn't going to be playing anything other than
Action hero.
action hero centre of attention, is he?
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
They have the
And
same
and he's
thing and they
great
do the
at
same.
it, to be
Oh
fair.
yeah.
He's fantastic.
But these people do all the roles and they do them incredibly
Yeah.
well in different ways, and you're just like,
You know who's
"Fuck."
great?
God.
Bryan Cranston.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just finished Malcolm in the Middle, all of it, and watching him be Hal in Malcolm in the Middle, and right before this, I watched all of Breaking Bad again.
Oh yeah.
It's such a stark contrast. It's
Yeah.
incredible. He's so damn good.
Yes.
And Hal is my favourite character in Malcolm in the Middle. Watching through the whole show, I was like, Hal is just like easily the funniest character.
I didn't watch that many of them. I found
you
it
not?
quite
I didn't see
amusing,
much
but
of
it was always on at a time I never caught.
There was this one bit that really, like, watching it again, there's some stuff like kind of like still funny, but it's not aged amazingly. There's this one scene where Dewey, the youngest, and Malcolm, obviously the main character, they both lost their hearing,
Yeah.
and they're the only ones in the house with Hal. And I can't remember what he's doing. He's hiding the fact that he's smoking, and it ends up with him having to like lift up a TV above his head, big CRT TV, and obviously it's massively heavy. And he's behind Malcolm and Dewey, and he's like falling, and then it smashes as he's trying to keep it up. So there's shards of glass pointing at him, and he ends up on the floor holding this TV above his head, and there's shards of glass in his eyes, and he's screaming at the boys to try and help him. They're right there, and they can't hear him at all. They're like eating dinner. The way he plays it is honestly so funny. He's so extreme in his performance. It's incredible. He's a great
And he's in
actor.
Power Rangers, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Zordon.
Zordon, yeah, of course he is. Fantastic Zordon. Better than the original Zordon. let's
Yeah,
be
not a
honest.
great movie though.
It was alright.
First time I watched it was. Second time I watched it, I was like, oh.
I've only seen it once, so.
Yeah.
But I liked it. Did you like it?
Yeah, I've seen it
Of course he does.
quite 5-6 times.
Wow. Surprised by that.
It's kind of thing I can just put on and just watch in the background. Like,
Oh, it's good. There should
Did
be...
watch Baywatch again recently because it's on
yeah, I'll watch
Netflix.
it again.
Fucking brilliant.
It's a good
Loved
film.
it.
It is a good film.
And what's even better is both my daughter and my wife thought it was hilarious as well. And usually they're not into that.
That's always a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Zac Efron help a little bit though?
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Okay.
Big time.
Well, when I watched it at school actually. Because all the girls were like, "Can we watch Baywatch? Can we watch Baywatch?" I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And then the part where he's like, on the rings going across, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, wow. I was like, and they were like, "Oh, it's too much."
You do realise you put porn on for those young
Yeah.
girls.
They don't. They were like, one of them was like, "No, I prefer The Rock," and I was like, "You're like 14. He's like 50."
He's getting on the rock, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
looks
but
good,
have you
though.
seen the fella?
Looks good, though.
He is
Jeez.
bigger than he's ever been.
Yeah.
Though saying that, I read recently that apparently he got his biggest ever been
It
was
was
with Hercules.
for Hercules. Yeah.
yeah, which I haven't seen. But
Apparently, he
I
doesn't want to do that again because he put his body through a lot of
I
stress.
can't imagine it would. Yeah, he's big enough anyway.
But he, that one scene in Baywatch where they're doing the tests, he's like, "It had to be a fridge." Like, really, has to be a fridge. Like,
Did you see the trailer for the New Jumanji?
yes, it looks
Next
right.
level. It looks pretty good.
It looks good.
It's kind of interesting. Obviously, you know how the main stars play.
Well, the last one were video characters, weren't
It's the
they?
same
innit?
thing.
Yeah.
Same concept.
But it's different people mostly playing the same video game characters. So you'll have The Rock, Jack Black, and Kevin Hart playing different characters. So
Is Thingy still in as well? The
Emily
woman?
Blunt.
No, it's not Emily
No,
Blunt.
Emily Blunt, is it?
Karen
Oh.
Gillan,
Karen
Karen
Gillan, yeah.
she's still in it.
Oh,
She's the
okay.
same character, playing the same character. But Jack Black is the jock, big dude, the black dude.
Yeah.
He's like huge. He's Jack Black now instead of the
Okay.
pretty white girl. You know her.
Yeah.
And Kevin Hart and Rock play an old gay couple.
Oh my
And even
god.
better, The Rock is Danny DeVito.
No, really?
Is that right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be amazing.
Can we
Yeah.
go watch Shaw and Hobbs? Hobbs and Shaw?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yes.
It just
Yes.
looks so
I'll
stupid.
I'll probably be seeing that in IMAX, but I'll come see it with you
You're gonna
guys.
see- Why are you seeing that in IMAX?
Because it is.
It's not an IMAX worthy
Because
movie.
it cracks me the fuck up. Because these films, I've been saying for years, these films are superhero films in the making.
Oh yeah,
The
definitely.
fact that this film is unashamedly, it's not pretending, they're giving Idris Elba superpowers.
Oh
in this
yeah,
film.
they are. Yeah.
And I'm like, finally, we're here. These are my Avengers. All right.
Have you seen the promo pictures for it? Like the guys like lying across the car, are like all sexy. They're like lying across like this
Like,
on the car.
sounds
Like,
great.
it's just like they know the film, for lack of a term, is going to be shite, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
going to be
Oh
good
yeah,
shite.
but they
And they're playing
Absolutely.
into that.
I adore these films. I'm sure I've said it a million times.
Yes, yeah.
But they crack me up so much. They're the best. They're the absolute best.
That's cool. I think we should wrap it up there.
Should we
though.
wrap it up there, guys?
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
After
patrons, for stopping by. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It really does mean a lot.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed the Indie Credible Comic Podcast. Let me know in Discord if you do. And if there's anything you would like to see in there, taken out of it, whatever. But yeah, thank you so much, patrons. And until next time, goodbye.
See ya.
See you later, guys.